My beloved child, don't swipe. There are currents trying to tug you away from this moment because of what it can unlock in you. If you leave in the next 7 seconds, you could miss the insight that makes your whole story make sense. You didn't stumble onto this by accident. Out of everything you could be watching, heaven guided you, here, right now. For weeks, your angels have been trying to get your attention. And at this very second, your name is lit up in the margins of heaven's book. This is not random. This is a summons. Listen closely. Every bloodline has a chosen carrier, a soul marked before birth to break patterns, shift atmospheres, and walk with authority that doesn't come from titles or age. And the hints have been trailing you since childhood. Today, the fog lifts. Today, you remember who you've always been. If you feel that stirring in your chest, tap the like button as your yes. That tiny action is your agreement in the natural to what heaven is releasing in the spirit. Now don't wait. Agree now. There's a reason you never fully blended in with your family. It wasn't rejection. It was selection. While some were content to float on the surface, you felt things down to the bones. While others chased what fades, you searched for what lasts. That wasn't oddity. That was calling. You have been marked with 9 unmistakable signs that you are the chosen one in your family. When you see them, clearly everything accelerates, breakthroughs multiply, resistance loosens its grip, purpose turns on like a switch. But you have to receive this in the window you're in. It won't stay open forever. Stay with me. Your confirmation is only moments away. Sign 1. You were born spiritually tuned. From the time you were small, you felt the temperature of a room before anyone spoke. You could hear the story behind someone's smile, sense the ache tucked under their laughter. You carried emotions others couldn't name, and sometimes it made you feel too much, too sensitive, too intense. But that wasn't instability. It was wiring. Heaven needed someone in your line who could see beyond the mask, someone who could detect spiritual weather changes before the storm hit. That sensitivity is not a flaw. It's radar. If you ever wondered why you feel things others shrug off, say this out loud. I am set apart for this. Feel that. Your antenna is recalibrating. If this lands for you, drop 777 so I know it's you. Sign 2. You asked the questions that rattle the room while everyone else made peace with dysfunction. You asked why. Why do we keep repeating this pattern? Why don't we talk about the secret that keeps wounding us? Why do we pretend it's fine when it isn't? People may have labeled you dramatic or rebellious. You weren't. You were brave. Holy curiosity is planted in chosen ones like a seed that splits concrete. Your questions are not troublemaking. They're crowbars prying open sealed doors. Every time you voice the uncomfortable truth, heaven marked it as progress for your whole bloodline. You were never the black sheep. You were the truth bearer in camouflage. Keep asking. Those questions are guided. Sign 3. Your pain became training. They told you were fragile because tears came easy. They called you weak because betrayal carved deep. But while others numbed, heaven purified. The fire didn't burn you, it forged you. Every rejection rooted you toward assignment. Every heartbreak dug a well inside you that now holds wisdom others come to draw from. You didn't simply recover. You were reforged in a furnace you didn't choose, but God used. That's why you carry weight when you speak. That's why people listen when you whisper. If you've ever felt like your wounds were wasted, hear me. They became portals to power. If that's you, type amen. Your testimony isn't just your story, it's your weapon. Sign 4. The cycle stops with you. That heaviness you've carried that never seemed to have a clear source, those battles that felt older than your years, you weren't imagining it. You've been intercepting the leftover deaths of your lineage. But this isn't punishment, it's purpose. Heaven trusted you to be the breaker. Every prayer you've ever prayed has been chiseling at a wall your grandparents didn't know how to name. Every boundary you set has sent ripples backward and forward at once. You are the turn in the family river. And yes, it's heavy at times because you're lifting what many before you dropped. But the same hands that chose you strengthen you. You were not built to buckle. You were built to break chains without breaking yourself. Sign 5. You never fit the mold. And that was the point. At gatherings, you loved your people, but you often felt like the observer, the one just outside the circle, seeing it all from a step back. Their conversations felt too shallow for the depth you craved. Their priorities didn't match the drums you hear in your spirit. That's not judgment, that's distinction. Heaven couldn't send a mirror if you were a replica. You weren't made to blend in. You were crafted to lead out. Your difference is not a liability. It's the signal flare that you were designed for impact. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, start asking what's right with the assignment on me that requires me to be this different. Sign 6. You carry dreams that others laugh at until they need them. You've seen yourself building what doesn't exist yet, reaching people who are hard to reach, changing what everyone else calls unchangeable. Maybe when you shared it, you got the look, the smirk, the gentle pat on the shoulder. But your visions aren't fantasies. They're previews. Blueprints drop early on those who will be asked to do the heavy lifting later. Chosen ones often get the trailer before anyone else even knows the movie is coming. And here's the twist. Even those big dreams you hold may still be smaller than what heaven intends to do through you. Don't shrink them. Don't shove them. Record them. Pray over them. Take the next faithful step toward them. Heaven funds what heaven authors. Sign 7. You are the unofficial spiritual contact for your family. They might roll their eyes when you pray over your food. They might tease you when you say you're fasting or worshiping. But let a storm hit, and they know who to call. You've become the bridge between your bloodline and the throne room. That role can be exhausting. You pour out a lot more than most ever see. You carry their names into quiet rooms and cry for them when they can't cry for themselves. Hear me. Heaven trusts you with this because you carry presence. You're not just praying for them, you're preserving them. When you feel empty, that's your cue to return to the source, not to quit the assignment. You can only give what you receive, so stay filled. Sign 8. Your conscience is tuned to a higher frequency. What others can do casually makes your spirit uneasy. What some justify with clever words sits heavy on your heart. That's not perfectionism, that's preservation. Heaven is protecting your oil. You are being kept for a purpose, and the chosen cannot afford to live like everyone else, because they are not called to be like everyone else. Your boundaries are not bondage. They are the fence that protects a field destined to feed many. The movies you skip, the circles you step out of, the habits you refuse aren't about rules. They're about power. Your sensitivity is your superpower. Guard it. Don't apologize for it. Lean into it. Sign 9. You're being shaped for leadership, servant leadership that heals. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but a day is coming when the same family that labeled you will look to you. The voices that dismissed you will seek your wisdom. The rooms that never invited you will need what you carry. And all the lonely seasons weren't punishment. They were preparation. Loneliness increased your capacity to hear. Betrayals expanded your authority to love without needing applause. The leadership heaven is cultivating in you isn't about control. It's about deliverance, restoration, and repair. You're being prepared to lift what's broken, to guide what's lost, to open doors without needing to be seen walking through them. This is why your road felt harder. This is why you didn't fit. This is why you're different. You are the chosen one in your family. Now take a breath. Let this settle. If even 3 of those signs hit you, you already know. If more than that resonated, this is your confirmation right now. Do 3 things as your response. First, say this out loud. I receive this assignment and the grace to walk it out. Second, type this in the comments. My family's breakthrough is in my hands. Third, share this with one person who comes to mind, a cousin, a sibling who's been fighting alone. Your obedience unlocks more than you think. And hear this clearly. In the next 72 hours, watch for a sign that confirms what you've heard. It might be an unexpected phone call. It might be an apology you never thought you'd receive. It might be a door you assumed was shut for good, suddenly opening a crack. It might be a dream that returns with colors brighter than before. Pay attention. Heaven speaks in patterns and in whispers. Now expect resistance. The moment identity settles, opposition wakes up. The enemy would love to poke your old wounds, replay your failures, whisper, "Who do you think you are?" But heaven is speaking louder over you right now. You are chosen.